just a bit outside.
And welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with me, as always, my co-host, Wes Cook.
Let's get it.
What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Back again.
Yeah.
A little sooner rather than later, as
It
before,
is.
so that's good. Few things on the docket for us today. We get to talk a little college football because we got some big news there. Some decisions from NFL rule changes came down. We're into the NBA conference finals now.
We
so
are.
We have to get into that. So a little bit to get into for us today. I guess let's start off with the big news, college football. You just brought it up here a second ago anyway. So let me know what we got with the playoffs. What's happening?
They are going to, instead of the conference champions or top-rated conference champions getting the automatic bye, they're going to go to a straight rating system, 1 through 12.
Positive change. I agree.
I like it.
I like that. That's awesome. Something that, I think was questionable anyway, because the rankings are a little wonky when it comes to that.
They are.
Especially when you have like 2 or 3 top flight teams that are in a conference, whether it be the Big Ten or the SEC, or whatever, ACC, whatever.
Yeah.
So I like the change. It's going to make for more impactful matchups. You won't see quite as many blowouts.
I would hope not. I would hope you'd see some closer games. Again, it hurts my feelings to say this, but Ohio State was a better team than what they're actually seeding.
Oh, no, I agree. I mean, and they proved it.
Oh,
So,
100%.
Yeah.
Notre Dame gets shot at a bye this year because of it not having anything to do with conference championships.
Yeah, that gives them the opportunity, whereas before they wouldn't have gotten one. The highest they're going to get is a 5 seed.
Now I need them to start playing a little better schedule.
Well, they should. Yeah. I mean, they try to keep these historic rivalries. And I mean, honestly, with the way this works, is it just no one cares anymore. Like the historic rivalries are kind of out the door with the way
the money is.
Yeah,
the way it's distributed.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, good on Notre Dame for playing Navy and Army and Air Force and playing the academies. Good on them.
I mean, it's fine to an extent, right? Like when you load up your schedule with 3 to 4 of those games, and you're just basically padding.
Yeah, you're just padding
your
your schedule
with easy games, and then that's gonna skew your rating because you have 3 to 4 additional wins on your resume. I'm not a huge advocate of that. I'm not a big fan of that.
I mean, I know they do play the partial ACC schedule. They usually do have.
Well, with the ACC being down too, that's not beneficial too.
No, it's not
that's
them
why
at all.
they need to go out of conference and play, tougher matchups. Go ahead and play Michigan and Ohio State. Get those back on the docket.
Yeah.
And let's
because
play a more, because of where they're located and just the way their tradition works. Like Big Ten football is more their style, more their speed. And so if there was a conference for them to join, I believe that's more of one that they should lean towards. I mean, when you talk about proximity, it makes sense.
They're never going to join until it is monetarily worth it for them to join. And right now it's not. The playoff system works so much in their favor They get all of this money and they don't have to share it.
As long as they make it.
As long as they make it, yes. Yes.
So the years they don't make it is not monetarily beneficial to them.
Well, I mean, they still make.
Yeah, but the thing is had they been in the ACC a year they didn't make the playoffs, they would have made more money from television revenue than what they did with their NBC deal.
Yeah, that's true.
So it bodes well for them, especially for down years, and just more on a consistency matter, right? When we're talking about even when you have those bad years, you're going to still pull in revenues based on the conference. They're not going to be able to pull the same dollars that they have with the NBC deal going forward, at least on the same level and like with the same price hike over time.
Yeah,
that's just not going to maintain. It's not going to maintain its level that it had been in the past, and it was made more sense for them. Right now, for an independent, I get where you're coming from with the playoffs and everything, but there's more years than not that they're not going to make the playoffs.
I agree with that because they tend to have a few years where they choke some games away.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's just the talent level's not on the same level as some of the Power 4 conferences.
Well, the NIL has kind of helped distribute that talent a little more too, to be honest.
No, it does. I mean, you're talking about even, Boise State this year, for instance.
Yeah.
They're back in regard to what they had been in the past, and they make the playoffs. They get a bye, but then ultimately they're embarrassed, and that leads to the rule change that we're talking about. So, new seeding process in college football, I love it.
I'm down with it. I agree with you. I like it. I didn't think Boise State should have had their bye or their seeding. I don't think Arizona State. I mean, Arizona State played well in the playoffs, don't get me wrong. But I don't think they should have had their seeding. I mean, it's pretty nice when you get essentially a home game or a bye.
I mean, it's a home game or a bye. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's very beneficial, especially in such an atmosphere as a playoff matchup, and introducing a home field advantage for once in one of these games. I will say, like, maybe some new merch from Old Glory when it comes to college football playoffs.
Yeah, we need it.
I mean, why not? Just hit it up. Your team may be headed that way next year, and you're going to want some merch that's going to show your fandom for your team. So Old Glory offers over 300,000 items for music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture fans, featuring officially licensed merch from iconic bands and top sports teams. Discover your perfect fan gear and save with the exclusive discount Jabbo the Pod. That will save you 15% off all merch across the board there. So make sure you utilize that and get you some new gear.
I like it.
Yes, sir. We touched that at the beginning of the episode that the NFL also wanted to throw in some new rule changes. One that we've debated here before is the brotherly shove, the tush push, everything that everybody hates because Philadelphia is good at it. We'll debate again and again and again. I know I'm not going to get through to you. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But I look at it as such a bitch move from other teams because they can't execute it or they can't stop it.
I'm not saying it's not, but I mean, I dislike it for other reasons. It's not just a thing.
Well, you say you don't like it because you don't think it's a football move.
It's not
a football play. But the thing is, football was derived from rugby to begin with.
Yeah, but this ain't rugby.
So it's all part of the game, and everything is legal of the aspect of the game. If there was another team that was doing this just as successful and it wasn't the Eagles, I would be fine with it because they're all parts of the rules that are in place right now that are legal.
You say that, but if it was Dallas doing it, you'd hate it.
I hate anything Dallas does.
I know that.
I mean, we can't put it on that. But let's say the Rams were really good at it or the Bills were really good at it. I would be fine with it. It wouldn't bother me because it's something they're good at. They found a play that they can execute that makes it very difficult for other teams to stop. And the thing is, I mean, where we're at right now with Saquon Barkley, I mean, 4th and 1, if they change it, I guarantee you Sirianni's a smart enough guy. He's going to come up with something that's going to be just as unstoppable, and then everybody will bitch about it too. The thing is it's a play that one team has found
a niche in it
and is successful with it. And it's all built upon the personnel that are there. It's designed to work with the personnel.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
It's not just the quarterback. Yes, the quarterback that squats 600 pounds does help. The leg strength, but it also comes to the O-line, the tight ends, and even the strong-ass wide receivers and running backs that are pushing. You're talking about, like, what if I've even said, why don't we just line up Saquon to take a snap and do the same play? I mean, that's something that would work just as well, I think.
It would.
Outside of Saquon not normally taking snaps, but it's a play that's very hard to defend, and teams don't like the fact that they can't find a way to beat it. And the thing is, eventually someone's going to find a way to beat it, and other teams are going to copy it, and then they'll have to move on. So voting it out is more of a bitch move than just trying to find a way to execute against it and then just let it go away on its own.
I think what it's going to take to do it is you're going to need, essentially, for that personnel, you're going to need 2 to 3 360 to 70 pound defensive tackles right there in the middle. And essentially, the problem where I see it in, you're going to need that in the middle, but at the same time, like, defensive guys can't shove either. That's the part that upsets me. Like, you can scrum on offense, but you can't scrum on defense.
Right. But I mean, I've seen teams line up in basically the same formation the offense lines up and do the same thing, and they don't call it. And then here's the other thing with that. They line up in the neutral zone every fucking time, and they do not call offsides. The defensive team lines up offsides every single time, and it's not called. They're already giving other teams an advantage in this situation, and they still can't stop it. That's what bothers me more than anything, is that the defense is given an advantage by allowing them to line up in the neutral zone. They could throw a flag on that against the defense on every play, and then it's automatic first down.
Well, it's holding, too. They can throw that on every play, too.
Well, I know, but, I mean, this one's egregious. If it's any other fucking play in the game, any other play, they're throwing a flag. But being that it is this play, and it's lined up as this play, that they allow for defenses to line up all sides. And that, I think that's more ridiculous than the actual tush push itself. Because now you're changing the rules for the defense based upon the success of this play. Like, that needs to change. Like, if you're already getting an advantage, you still can't stop it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it just sounds like a bunch of bitching and moaning because you can't get something done. I'm sorry. This team's good at it. They can make this happen based upon the rules that are in place. And you're given an advantage every single time when you can line up like that.
I get it, but I just don't like it. But there's a lot of other football stuff I don't like. But, that's me. I've got some old man juice on it. We've had these conversations many a time.
I know, but the thing is, you've always been able to push your guy forward. Like, that's part of it. I mean, anytime a defender wraps up, the receiver or the running back, you see the O-lineman from any team come in and try to push to gain an advantage and push them forward so they can keep getting through. Hell, I've seen it so many times where a guy gets pushed through that they miss the tackle, and the guy ends up gaining and ripping off another 10, 15, 20 yards on the game, on the play.
I don't like we've talked about this before. I don't like a guy not moving on his own power. I mean, because we see it a lot with running backs where the running back's not even on the ground, right? But the pile is still moving. So he's not moving. So, where's forward progress start?
Yeah, I get it.
That's my issue. And as far as like missing tackles and stuff, the thing that drives me crazy with defenses now is where they'll wrap one arm around the defensive guy, and instead of trying to get him down, they'll let him get 10 more yards trying to strip him.
Oh, no, that's annoying. You see that from every team, too.
Every team. Just tackle the guy. I understand you're trying to get the turnover.
But you're allowing this guy to rip off more yards and potentially get a first down because you're trying to force the turnover.
Yeah.
And I know you're coached a particular way trying to get that turnover because that's beneficial and we get the ball back.
Yeah, but I'd like to know the percentage.
90 plus percent. It has to be that they don't force a turnover.
Yeah.
So like after you've jabbed at it a couple of times, you realize that thing's fucking stuck. Like pull the guy down.
Yeah. Like that drives me crazy.
No, I agree with you. I agree with that 100%. That's just tiresome when it comes to the game. Like you're doing too much when it gets to that point.
Yeah.
So like now we need to do something different. Like that needs to change in the game.
But we've seen so many rule changes in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Like I can remember, growing up and then watching it in the 80s that, you're not seeing, you have a guy throw for 3,300 yards and 26, 27 touchdowns. That was a great season. That was an all-pro season then. But now, that'll get you traded.
Yeah.
That'll get you benched. Unless you're a rookie and it's your first year, then it's like, oh, that's a great rookie year. But, now it's more of a passing game. We talked about this before. Receivers going across the middle back then. You didn't.
You did. You didn't want to be the guy going across the middle. You still had to send somebody across.
You had
to
send it, but you didn't want to be that guy.
No, you don't want to be the wide receiver 3. Not the guy running a slant.
No. You're going to get destroyed by a linebacker. You're going to get destroyed by a safety. It just like
defense is at such a disadvantage with the rules changes time. Even like the hip drop tackle, that kind of pisses me off. Like, what else do you want these guys to do? They're trailing from behind. They got to wrap this guy up. You got to do what you got to do to bring him down. I understand not tucking your hand and pulling, from the inside of the pads.
The hip drop has injured people.
It has, but at the same time, you're not attempting to. You're just trying to bring this guy down by any means, and that's part of football.
No, I get that.
That's always been part of football. Now, if you're deliberately doing it because that's something that's going to injure somebody, that sucks. And you don't need to. If there was another way for you to tackle this guy, I get it. But sometimes that's the only way you're going to bring a guy down. And now you're just putting the defense at another disadvantage.
They want points scored. That's what they want. They want points scored. There's no advantage in having a great defense.
The high scoring games aren't always the most interesting. I love a good defensive battle. I love seeing turnovers of the ball and then just watching how a team schemes up how just to get into an end zone.
Yeah.
I know
where 7 points is
that it's a luxury. It's a luxury to get in the end zone in a game. And I love watching just the schematics behind a defensive matchup like that. And I know we're more than the casual fan when it comes to the NFL. And I know they're trying to grasp the casual fan, the ones that the guys that are always on the border of like trying to be into football. And, just the more to grow the brand, the badge and whatever. But that kind of stuff is just the points. I'm just not, I'm a huge soccer fan. So low scoring and the schematics are huge for me because it's all about the beauty of the game.
Yeah. I like in defensive battle. One of my favorite games of all time was Saban at LSU then, or was he at Alabama? when they played in the SEC championship game and it was like a 9-6 slugfest.
I think it was early years in Bama. If I'm not
And then
mistaken.
I believe LSU won that game by 3, and they rematched in the national championship game. And Nick Saban was mad about it.
Well, yeah, of course.
That was the year that LSU didn't make it across the 50-yard line.
Right.
And you're just like, oh, God. How bad's that got to be? How's that got to feel to no, hey, we're trying to do everything we can, and we can't even get in field goal range.
Ask Kansas City about the first 3 quarters of the Super Bowl.
Ooh, that was pretty rough. Pretty rough.
Man.
Pretty rough. That, to me, went back to the complete lack of offensive weapons.
I mean,
I think it was good. I think it was great defense. I'm not taking anything away from the Eagles' defense. But
yeah, I mean, you didn't have the talent to match up in the Super Bowl,
no,
right? But at the same time, you saw so many just plays that they didn't execute on that normally they would. Like I saw DeAndre Hopkins drop it for sure first down with extra yardage behind it. And I don't know, man. It's everything that was going to go wrong for Kansas City
went wrong,
and
it was a perfect storm.
It was a perfect storm. I think they just started lacking confidence. And that could kill morale across the board for the whole team. And when that kind of thing happens, I mean, I get it. I mean, they showed a lot of courage towards the end, trying to put points on the board. But I mean, they were too far gone at that point.
Yeah.
And
before we get off the football subject, I'd like to send my condolences out to the Indianapolis Colts family this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the death of Jim Irsay.
Right. Yeah, he died yesterday, right?
Yeah.
65?
Yeah. Quite young for an owner.
My understanding, he was quite the drinker. I don't know if that contributed to his death, so I don't want to put out speculation or anything.
He was a big rock and roll memorabilia collector, so I would probably say he probably enjoyed a beverage or two.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there was some footage of him intoxicated somewhere that leaked one time a few years back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. You could just see the glassy eye for a second. But who am I to shame that? No one, but just wanted to give my condolences for that group.
Oh, no, absolutely. Shout out to the Colts, their families, the Irsay family.
Yeah, I did not know this until the other day when this went down that when he was the general manager of the Colts, he was actually the youngest general manager in NFL history at that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Impressive little nugget of knowledge right there.
Well, to go from GM to owner of that franchise,
right? He turned that whole town into a football town.
Oh yeah, yeah. They hadn't really been to hadn't had really any kind of playoff success or anything since they were in Baltimore,
right?
And to do what they did, but got to have pretty good luck in some of the draws there too, with having Peyton and that whole crew, who, and if you really think about it, it's kind of a disappointment where they're only one Super Bowl.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
But
but you were just in the wrong era.
The wrong era. The AFC at that time was just loaded. Loaded. Just ridiculous. Them, the Patriots, the Steelers. San Diego got bit by that bug a lot.
Yeah, they
didn't get one.
Philip Rivers was in the wrong era, as you think about it, it's just being around while Tom Brady's around and Belichick's around and doing what they're doing. It changed the course of careers and statuses for so many greats.
Yeah.
It's a little bit wild to think back. Think about how good a lot of these teams were that didn't win. Just because Tom Brady was there kind of enforcing his will on a lot of teams.
On a lot of teams.
He went to 10 Super Bowls in 20 years?
Yeah. Won 7.
Right.
Was it 7?
Yeah, 7.
They lost 2 to the Giants. Who did they lose the other one to?
Eagles.
Yeah, yep, you're right. I should have known that
I
one.
preached that one to you.
Should have known that one. Man, I have a brain fart every now and then. It happens. It happens. Holy snikes.
Tom Brady didn't like playing the NFC in the Super Bowl.
In anything, ever.
All right. What was there was something else. Oh, Brock Purdy got a deal.
He did get his deal this week.
$53 million.
Good on him.
I mean, good for him. Good for him. I don't know if he's worth that money. I think he's more of a beneficiary to a scheme and talent around him.
Yeah.
I just don't know, like, if he hit the open market, is he going to get the same type of interest and investment?
I think he would.
I mean, yeah, I get it because, like, quarterback is such a huge thing in the NFL.
I would like his deal a lot more if it was 45.
Yeah, I just think because based on, like, success, right? Like, individual success. I know he's been to the Super Bowl. And we can go back and we can talk about, like, Josh Allen's deal. Josh Allen hadn't been to a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's deal. He hadn't been to a Super Bowl. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's on par. It's on par for a guy at his level and where they're.
I mean, I think his contract lines up as 7th or 8th highest paid quarterback.
I thought it might have been a little higher. I think it might have been 7
there's guys ahead of him. Lamar's ahead of him.
Right.
Dak's ahead of him. Josh Allen's ahead of him. Wouldn't surprise me if Stafford's ahead. But
yeah, it could be.
Oh, I'll look it up right now. Just because I want to know.
It's just, I don't know, man. Brock Purdy doesn't strike me as a quarterback that I foresee the future of my franchise being successful based upon his product and what he could do. Like, if you took him and we throw him on, let's say, a mediocre, like the Colts, does he make the Colts better because he's present?
He is 8th or tied for 7th in yearly salary with Jared Goff.
Okay.
But we talk about guys ahead of him. You know, you got Dak, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Lamar is actually not ahead of him in yearly value right now.
Wow.
Some names in front of him are quite shocking if you really want to be truthful for me. You know, we knew Dak. We know Joe. We knew Josh. Number 3 are tied with Josh Allen in yearly salary, along with Joe Burrow, is Jordan Love at $55 a year. Trevor Lawrence at $55. Tua at $53, along with Jared Goff and Brock Purdy. But, wow. Didn't know that. Should have, but I didn't.
Well, the more you know.
Well, Trevor is significantly overpaid.
Yeah. At least from the performance you see on the field currently.
It's kind of sad when you see Mahomes' team-friendly deal, $45 million, sitting there.
I mean, Hurts is on a sweet deal that allows for the team to continue to build around him.
Still getting 51.
Yeah.
Still getting 51. It's a team-friendly deal. I mean,
in this quarterback market, you're not paying 60 for him.
Yeah.
And one has a Super Bowl and the other doesn't.
Well, the drop.
One's been to 2.
The drop from Jalen to the next guy is Kyler Murray at 46 annually. And then our friend Deshaun Watson, who is awful.
Yeah. I mean, come to expect it, though, with
and then our man Kirk
Browns. Yeah, Kirk Cousins. Man, I don't know if I'm going to call my man much longer. He really didn't really.
He's old, brother. He's old. If you want to call 37 old for a quarter.
In this day and age, it's up there.
Yeah, it is.
Looking for the guys that are 30 and younger.
Burrow, Allen, Love, Lawrence, Tua, Purdy, Herbert,
Yep.
Jackson, Hurts,
Young guys.
Murray, who I personally still think Murray's overpaid. But that's my opinion.
No, I agree with you. I definitely agree.
But it drops off significantly after that. So, but what else you got?
I mean, really, in football, that's
pretty much
about
it,
all we've been
football-wise.
around there. Yeah. NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs is a good time to eat a hot dog.
Ooh, yeah, with some Big Fork brand.
Yeah, Big Fork brands hook it
Yes,
up with
sir.
that hot dog sauce. I'm
Yeah.
all about some hot dog sauce.
Yep, the Big Fork brands, your gateway to flavor nirvana. Based in the heart of Chicago, this family-owned business crafts the finest burgers and hot dog sauces, bacon sausages, and paleo-friendly treats. Their standout product, the real Windy City sauce, captures the essence of Chicago's vibrant culinary scene. At Big Fork, they believe in wholesome ingredients, bold flavors, ensuring every bite is a celebration of taste. Give them the promo code of Jabbo the Pod for a 20% off all purchases. Man,
Just save that money.
save it.
Save that money.
Yes, sir.
Save that money.
Save it. I like to save money.
Yeah, especially on hot dog sauce.
Yeah. Right now we got Minnesota is up by 1 on OKC.
Yeah, that's the game we got on right now.
Yep. I watched a little bit of this game game one the other night.
Yeah.
I've kind of complained to you a little bit already. The only problem I have is how they are calling officiating the game.
Yeah, and I agree with you. You know, it needs to be called the same on either side of the ball. You know, if you're calling, you know, one team on ticky-tacky stuff and allowing the other one to kind of be in their shit the entire game.
Yeah.
It's not exciting for a fan, right? You know.
Yeah, if
you can notice the discrepancy in the way things are being called, that's an issue.
Well, the crazy part is, and I saw this too, the free throw discrepancy was only like 5 or 6. But the difference was Oklahoma City only attempted 21 threes.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota shot 51.
Yeah.
You're not going to get fouled. You're not getting free throws.
Yeah, you can't. Not shooting that many times.
And I understand that. I feel like Anthony could go to the rack on anybody.
I mean, really?
I don't understand why
there's not a way to shut down the lane on that guy.
No, not when you can jump like that.
Yeah, I mean, without, you know, putting 3 guys in a lane and allowing for him to be able to, knock the ball outside for somebody to knock down a 3.
Yeah.
But then if you're not hitting, that's also your demise, right? You know, you got to hit those open looks. And when you're missing those open looks and, you say you're taking 51 threes in a match, that's an issue. You got to be more consistent. The only way you're going to win is by knocking down those open looks. And you miss that many open looks in a match. I mean, you can't really even go back to free throw disparity at all. You got to look at the opportunities that were missed in that aspect.
This game right now, Minnesota's 7 of 15 from 3, which is probably why they're still in the game. Oklahoma City is 3 of 14. Difference is Minnesota hadn't shot a free throw yet.
Really?
Yeah, we're 7 minutes left in the second quarter. They have not shot a free throw. Which,
I mean, you got two small market teams. Like, I can't see any reason for favoritism based upon or from the NBA in this aspect.
Oh, we talked about.
You got stars on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Or both teams, not both sides of the ball, but on both teams. So it's not.
Well, it goes
It's
back.
not like there's something that you want one team to go through than the other.
Well, I said that Oklahoma's 3 of 14 from the field right now. That would make them 13 of 17 from 2 at this moment. They are 16 of 31.
They're hitting.
Yeah, they're shooting 51% for the game.
That's big.
Even though they are
What's the turnover
3
ratio?
of 14. Turnovers. 2-3. 2-3. That's it.
I guess if we invested more time, you'd probably see that Minnesota's moving the ball on the outside instead of trying to get to the interior first. Whereas Oklahoma City's trying to penetrate.
That's
and then
that's
get the
what
ball
Shea
out.
does better. Than he in the
Yeah.
last 5 years has led the league in drives to the basket per game.
Right. So, I mean, that plays a huge role in, not only just drawing fouls, but distributing the ball, grabbing the assist, and then creating open looks from the outside. And then when you're consistent from the outside, that's going to make you a lot more successful. And, I mean, really, that's kind of what Oklahoma City's built on, but outside of their defense.
Yeah.
Their defense is very in your face, intimidating.
Very.
And that comes back to your point, whereas the foul discrepancy is somewhat alarming. But, I mean, it also depends on the game plan of Minnesota. Are they driving to the basket? Are they trying to draw the fouls and, get these guys in foul trouble? Because it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Let's see the foul difference. Yeah. Trying to see total fouls here. They've only called 3 fouls in Oklahoma. I'm assuming they're all non-shooting fouls.
Right.
3 to
Well,
6.
if they haven't shot a free throw.
Yeah, 3
they
to
are.
6 at the moment. That's not terrible.
Not awful.
Sounds like they're letting them play.
Play a lot more, yeah.
Yeah.
Only 9 fouls called with 6 minutes to go in the second.
That's not terrible.
No.
Not terrible. Even on rebounds.
Like I said, I'm sticking with my pick. Thunder all the way.
Some of the calls that Shea gets, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I feel like Anthony Edwards is the beneficiary of some of this stuff too.
How you would think, but what he doesn't do, I've never really seen him give me one of those over exaggerated flops.
I don't think he'll do that.
I don't think he has that in him.
No.
I think I don't want to.
He's one of the few guys I think his game would translate back to the 90s because he just goes out and balls and thing.
He just wants to go out, destroy, and
he has
go
a
home.
killer mentality about
Yes,
it, which
yes.
is nice. Another guy that has killer mentality is Halliburton.
Halliburton is a stone cold killer, sir.
Dude, Reggie Miller was at the game yesterday too, and he just looks at Reggie.
Yep. Loved it. I
Yeah.
loved every minute
I'm a big
of it.
fan, man. Throw it back and just give him the choke sign. Like,
Yeah. Loved every second of it. It was fantastic.
sorry, Knicks. It can't happen to a better fan base.
But this series is going to be fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be an all out war, and the Knicks are gonna come back, with a chip on their shoulder, and game 2 is gonna be.
It would not surprise me if they play 7 and 5 of them go to overtime.
Oh, I agree. As the way it's already showing, it's gonna be an all out war.
I would take 7 games like this all day long. All day long. Give me 7 of them.
No, I'm about it.
I am all about it. I mean, Halliburton is just he has been good, but it's just to another level this year.
Nah, he's been on it.
I mean, just another level.
Yeah, Halliburton's got them good feels.
Does.
I'm sure he's been, hitting up getgoodfeels.com and hitting them cannabis seltzers, man.
Oh,
You get those good feels, get on the floor, you feeling it? You just start, throwing out chokes and everything like that, pointing at Reggie Miller on the sideline. You got that good feeling.
wonder how Spike liked that.
Spike was probably not a fan. Spike could probably use some good
He
good
could
feels.
definitely use some good feels today.
Yeah, after that game, I'm sure he's feeling like he needs some. And all he has to do is go to getgoodfeels.com. He can hit up the cannabis seltzer that offers a new era of refreshment. It's crafted with high-quality natural ingredients. His beverages provide a consistent, enjoyable uplifting experience, perfect for any occasion. And you can get 20% off using Jabbo the Pod as your promo code there.
Sure can, sir. Sure can.
Get it.
Oh, well, we got NHL playoffs are going on now.
Yeah, go Canes.
Hurricanes getting smashed right now, sir.
Dude, they got smashed 2 nights ago.
It's 3-0 right now.
Woo!
With 8:58 left in the second.
Oh, man. It is not going their way.
It is not. I mean, Florida's got their number.
Well, coming into the playoffs, wasn't Florida the favorite to win it?
Yeah.
Didn't we say that?
Yeah, they were the odds-on favorite. Carolina was second. So you're essentially seeing what most thought could have been
was going to be the conference finals anyway.
Yeah.
And it does not look good for the Hurricanes.
No, it does not.
Oof.
Does not look good at all.
No. And I mean, the Leafs took the Panthers to 7 games. I don't know if the Canes are going to be able to do this the way they've been playing recently.
Well, the last series they played, it was probably one of the closest, I think, of 5-game series because each game was decided by 1 goal. Just crazy. Like, you lose 4-1, but every game is tight. I'd almost rather sometimes if I'm going to lose, sometimes just blow me out. I don't like losing those tight ones like that.
I mean, they suck, but at least you got hope, right? You got, we were just there. If we did this differently, we did that differently, the result could have been different. And I think losing those tighter matchups are going to be a lot more beneficial to the way you change up your playing style, your schemes, and things like that going forward. Whereas if you get blown out, you're probably not looking at the tape.
Well, Florida has 1 power play goal today. Carolina only has 5 shots on goal.
Oh, man.
In this game so far.
That's not going to win you a game.
It is not.
No.
Not in this day and age. Considering that's what Carolina likes to do. They like to shoot a lot.
They put 30-plus shots a game right now, being limited to 5 through halfway through the second.
Yeah.
And if you do the math, that's 10 for the total game.
Yeah. It's not good.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good.
You gotta shake these guys in. Maybe they need some good feels.
Hey, probably.
They need some good feels, man.
I don't even think it's need. It's a must.
Right. I mean, you're just blowing the home ice advantage here. This is not looking good for the Canes. On the other side, you got Dallas and Edmonton.
Yes, we do. Dallas won the other night 6-3.
Right.
And wow. A very undramatic home win.
Yeah.
But man, kind of hard. Like seeing the Canes struggle like this drives me crazy because that's what got me kind of into the hockey feel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you seeing them be successful. You want to be part of it. You want to get in on it. And they're what you call as our home state team here in North Carolina. And just say it's a feel-good story for a Flyers fan. Let's put it that way. Like I have a team I can kind of support with, I mean, my allegiance still lies with the Flyers, and the Flyers and the Canes are to match up. I'm Flyers 100%. But this is the one sport that I don't follow closely enough that it's okay for me to pick up the Canes and be support the local team. Can't do that with anything else. I just have too much love for the teams, and I just too much hatred for the rivalries to be even to even have a second team. Like, football's football. I don't have a second team. There's no question about it. It's birds and only birds.
Yeah,
baseball's the same way with the Phils. I love the Phils. I will say I do pull for the Reds just because, like, my family from Kentucky and growing, being born there and things like that. That's
not too far off the beaten path for you guys.
No, and just it was in the air. Like when I was a kid, it was the era of the Big Red Machine, and
Yeah.
it was just that it was different. Like they were so successful during that time, and just how good that baseball team was growing up. It was very easy to watch and hop on board. So I still peek in on them, still care, but
Yeah.
I mean, to be real, it's like I'm not invested enough to give a shit about the Reds anymore. Not since I was a kid. It's like, no, it's Philadelphia for me, and only
Yeah. Well, I'm a Packers guy. You know that.
right.
But it doesn't hurt my feelings to see the Panthers win.
Well, I mean, you lived in Charlotte. You're from Charlotte. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I spent a lot of time in that stadium.
Right. I mean, I've been there a lot too, and I'm there to just watch football, right?
Yeah.
I really don't care who wins. My feelings aren't hurt when I walk out.
Yeah, I will root for them against anybody but the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put on a Panthers shirt to support them against anybody but the Birds.
Yeah.
But I'm not invested in any time or caring about them whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'll throw on the shirt and be out there. But I got to say, the last few Panthers games I've actually gone to, I think I wore my Birds.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, not playing the Birds, but I'm just saying I'm eagled out. Like, I'm just making sure I'm only here for the football.
I'm only here for the game.
Yes, sir.
I don't blame you, brother. I don't blame you whatsoever.
Not to mention, I just hate so many different teams. It's like, I just couldn't be a fan.
Oh, I get it. It's like I hate the Bears. I'm not a Bears guy at all. You know that.
Well, no.
But I will give like the Lions props all the time because I feel bad for them because they were so bad.
Yeah, see, I don't.
For so long.
Like, I just don't have that feeling. Like, Dallas has been bad for so long.
Yeah, but I fucking hate Dallas.
And Washington's been bad. New York's been bad, And I just say Dallas has been bad just because they can't find success in the playoffs. They're just bad. And I'm just going to consider they're just a bad football team. They suck.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first one to say it.
It's just...
Every single time, I'll be the first one to badmouth this.
Yeah, but with Detroit, they had a lot of guys that I liked. Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford when he was there. They were.
I mean, it's hard to hate a lot of those guys, right?
Yeah,
and so I understand the aspect and where you come from there. I mean, I admired Saquon Barkley from his Penn State days, and I hated that he went to the Giants. But I was still in awe of what his ability on the football field was, when he was 100%.
Yeah. We got to see what he could do at 100%.
Right.
Pretty impressive. But, it helps when you got probably one of the best offensive lines in the game.
Well, no, you got to put it to a system.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm not bashing it for it, but it's like.
I mean, you saw what Derrick Henry did, and he got improvements, all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, see, like, there's like one guy in the NFC East outside of the Birds that I like, and it's Terry McLaurin.
I like Scary Terry.
The dude plays the game. He doesn't talk trash very often, and he just goes out and proves everything with his play.
What drives me crazy about him is. He's an Ohio State guy, too.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those like, God, you got all these reasons that I should hate you.
But you're still that guy. And I'm like, hey, it's not bad. It's not bad. I could deal with it.
Yeah. He doesn't run his mouth. I like his style.
Yeah.
That always works for me.
No, I'm a big fan of Scary Terry.
What else you got over there?
I don't know. I know we got another read. Might as well hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shimmerwood Beverages. Shimmerwood's award-winning CBD seltzers combine full-spectrum CBD with natural fruit shrubs, delivering a refreshing, stress-relieving drink that eases tension and promotes relaxation. And you can enjoy a discount using the Jab of the Pod promo code.
Yeah,
you get 30% off of that one. That's the biggest promo code we're throwing out. So Shimmerwood Beverage will hook you up. Use the jab of the pod to go ahead and swoop some of them CBD seltzers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want to touch a little bit of baseball before we get out of here?
Why not, man? I love baseball.
With our fantastic, it used to be our lovable A's. I'm still all about them, even though the Sacramento fans don't seem to like them very much.
No, I mean, they're back in last place at least. So
yeah. But, since the last time we talked baseball, Colorado still only has 8 wins.
Yeah. And what's the golden number for our run differential? It's 300 is what we want a team to hit.
Yeah.
I think they're going to hit it this year.
I think they're at this rate. Lord,
we're 50 games in. They got 112 left, and they're minus 159.
I know. Insane.
I mean, the track is on. I mean, the train is rolling.
I just think it's funny that everybody else in that division is above 500. I'm like, well, you're playing that team a few times, so you got some wins.
The Phillies just swept a 4-game set with them on the road.
They're 1-9 in their last 10. The one win was against Arizona with that ridiculous stat I told you, like 142 or 143-0 when leading by 11, when scoring 11 runs.
Yeah.
And their one loss is to Colorado last week.
Oh, no, that is awful. And that's the one bet I took.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the last pod. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
I will say this 4-game set with the Rockies has allowed for the Phillies to become Major League Baseball's best team.
I see this.
And they are now leading the NL East by 2 games over the Mets.
They're second, by the way.
Well, I mean, they
are leading the National League.
They're half a game back of the Guardians overall, or Tigers, excuse me. Sorry, half a game back.
Hey, that's still not the best, bro.
They're still the best team in baseball. Always.
I got a half a game that says they're not.
Fuck that half a game. NL's better than the AL. Always has been, always will be.
Oh, man. Yeah, I would rather. I miss the good old days when pitchers hit in the NL.
It was great, wasn't it?
It was. I miss that.
You miss him watching like a Randy Johnson swing and miss and fucking.
At 9 feet tall.
Oh, no. The biggest strike zone in baseball. Well, it is a pitcher, too. That has to suck.
Well, it's the biggest strike zone, but it was also the widest swing. That dude could hit stuff that was thrown halfway into the other side's batter's box and still reach it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he was going to foul one off, he found a way.
Yeah. Big ass dude.
I know. It was fun. He was just one in particular I like to watch,
Fiery. Then he's going to throw like the 95-mile-an-hour slider at you.
Dude, it's ridiculous how much heat he would throw behind a pitch. His changeup was 90.
Here's 97, 98, 97, changeup, 90.
That's still a fastball, man. What the fuck?
Well, you see,
and it breaks like that. What the?
Well, you talk about Greg Maddux. I think he's like, I think my fastest pitch might have been 94. 95.
Oh yeah, Greg Maddux
in my young day.
Yeah, Greg Maddux wasn't one with heat. He could paint a plate like no other.
You seen the meme where it's I had Greg Maddux paint my house, and it's just literally all the edges. Like, ooh,
it is true. I mean, watching a guy, and I hate he played for the fucking Braves. I hate it.
Dude, watching that staff from the 90s.
I mean, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Greg Maddux. It was
just ridiculous.
Their top 3 pitchers were aces.
Yeah. 3 aces and then just 2 slubs behind them most years.
Yeah, I mean, but it worked.
It did. Won them a lot of games. I mean, Maddux.
Man, they made them do a lot of World Series. They only won 1, but.
All it takes is 1.
I mean, but it comes back, right? You just said it about. What were we talking? We were talking about football. Just all the talent that was on some of these.
Oh, teams. Yeah. They were loaded. I'm still trying to figure out how Andrew Jones is not a Hall of Famer.
Maybe the shortened career. I don't know. But speaking of Hall of Fame, Pete Rose passed away here recently. And of course, now his ban from baseball is gone. I mean, that's just normal. That was going to happen no matter what, because once a player dies, their banishment is.
They lifted the ban for Shoeless Joe Jackson also.
It was just a whole nother level of cheating. And it's not really cheating because you weren't winning. You're just losing on purpose.
Yeah, but if you look at his stats during that World Series, he, I think, still batted like 350, and like he was doing his job like numbers wise, and somehow was still linked.
I think a lot of that comes to like getting on base and not execute. I would like to see how many runs he had, how many steals he had. And like, was he putting effort out on the base track? You know,
I get what you're saying.
You know, there's so many other ways you could fix it. You can still get your hits. You can still make it look good, especially when you were that good and just the talent level didn't match yours in that age. I don't know. Do you think he makes the Hall of Fame? I would say, based on the story and everything that came out, I mean, they fucking made a movie about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It just sounds like that they were painted in such a horrific picture that I can't see anybody being like, oh, yeah, he should be in anyway. I will say, if someone like Shoeless Joe Jackson got in and Pete Rose didn't,
it was the 1919 World Series, correct?
Yeah, correct. Mm-hmm.
Batted 375. 12 out of 32 from the plate. He scored 5 runs, 3 doubles, and a home run. 6 RBIs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts.
How pissed off do you think he was about that home run? He's like, oh, fuck.
I mean,
I didn't think I hit it that hard, I swear.
That's in how you play 8 games?
They played best of 9 back then?
I don't know. That's what it says. 8 games. Weird.
Been a 9-inning game for the longest period of time. I can't imagine they had a 7-inning.
Or that's what it's, or a 9 game series. Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah, best of 9. Makes sense.
I don't know. That's weird. Dude was from Pickens County, South Carolina.
Huh.
Died in Greenville.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Cancer and 8. Oh, he wins a cancer. And he died of cancer. Died in 1951. Insane.
He had to be young.
I mean, if you look at, I mean, on base percentage was 394.
Who was in that movie? Was John Travolta in it?
John Cusack was in it.
Yeah, John Cusack was in it.
I believe Charlie Sheen was in it.
Charlie
also.
Sheen, that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Not Travolta, it was Sheen.
It was Sheen.
Yeah.
It was Sheen.
Charlie Sheen in his baseball movie.
Always. I watched Major League a couple weeks ago.
Oh, man. An ode to the namesake.
Yeah, that's it.
Always good to go back and watch. I agree.
Got anything else you want to chat about, brother?
No, man. We wrap this one up. We make it short. We got back pretty soon this time. We'll get back hopefully with the NBA playoffs wrapping up that gets you caught up.
I hope we're still talking about it when we come back.
I mean, I do too. I hope it's, we got plenty to go. But I mean, hopefully we're at least in the finals.
Yep.
And we got, some predictions coming out of us from there. I'm still riding the Thunder as long as they make it there. It's the way I'm looking at it. Halftime, Thunder up 8.
I just feel like they're gonna roll with it. I think
maybe.
Kind of. I'll live with it if they win. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I'm just glad it's somebody new.
It is nice. It is nice. We got a lot of different teams that are in this. It's not
like it's just not LeBron or James Harden. We're good.
I'm
good.
I think this is the first time since 1996 that a team from Texas
Or California.
California has not been in the Western Conference Finals.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, when you put them together, it's 7 teams between 2 states. So
yeah, but I mean, you got the Lakers, you got the Golden State, San Antonio, Houston,
Dallas.
Yeah, I guess the Clippers.
I don't think they've been. I think they've been to the Western Conference Finals maybe once.
Yeah,
during that Chris Paul era.
Maybe once.
Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, that was a fun team to watch.
Who's the other team we're missing?
That's it. Sacramento.
Oh, Sacramento. Yeah, they definitely haven't been in it.
They hadn't been in it since Chris Webber and Lottie Divac.
And then they fucked up and traded De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs. And I mean,
I like that move for the Spurs.
I like the move for the Spurs. Do not like it for the Kings.
Nah, I didn't either.
Kings are like, nope, we prefer to be in basketball hell.
Yeah, purgatory.
Yeah, 100%.
Purgatory. Well, until next time, brother.
Yeah, man. Till next time. I'll see you again.
Yes, sir.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.